Howdy folks, this is Tony Rasmussen, and I am back for another audio commentary for Season 2, Episode 2 of Rants and Reviews, titled A Boy and His Devil. So, right off the bat, I should probably get into the story of this episode. And, yeah, I have no Nathan today. He's busy with failing to have friends. So, and really, I don't think he had anything to do with this episode, subject-wise, or production-wise. So the idea for this episode came about when I was planning to do a video on comedians, but what ended up happening was the list for the comedian planned episode was like really hard to kind of scale down, and it was also really hard to kind of pick and choose because these guys, it was supposed to be best and worst comedians. And there were, some people I was going to put on the worst list, but I was like, they're kind of funny, it's just I don't enjoy it. And, it kind of just didn't seem to work, and so, the list was hard to kind of find down. We were about to reach deadline, and so this episode kind of became a last-ditch effort. What I could say about the art book is... Oh, okay, that's a little nod out to a friend of mine, Adam Baczynski. As of this recording, we've been friends for 15 years. That is a surprising amount of time for a friendship, 15 years. But you will get to hear more of Adam, hopefully, for the commentary for the Hangout at Walt Disney World miniseries, which will be coming soon, hopefully. But talking for a second about Damon as Devil, this is footage from basically it was supposed to be a pitch pilot, but never ended up happening. Damon as Devil, I consider it, as of this point in time, where I'm still working on James and Rocco and Co-Ed and Time Box King, and and I'm still working on scripts for these movies I'm planning to make. It still stands as probably one of the best things I had ever done, besides Rants and Reviews, of course. And what makes it all surprising is just how popular it got quickly, and then how quickly it burnt out. It was it had that kind of peaks and mounds effect, where it was popular for this amount of time, and then it would become unpopular, and then it would become popular again at this point, and then it would become unpopular. So it was peaks and bounds, and this what I could basically say about the controversies that surrounded it when we were going through publishing. Okay, to clarify, our publishers really never had a problem with us. They've only had a handful of problems in the 3 years that I worked there. The first problem happened right as we just decided to make Damon's Devil the main comic strip. Back then we were gonna switch them on and off with other comic strips, but the controversy was over Devil, and they actually thought at one point that Devil was actually the Devil, and we had to kind of explain, no, that's his nickname, and it kind of went into, well, what about the horns? And so for a while we had to kind of draw him with these little strings underneath, saying that, oh, it's, just costume or something. And I think I later explained that, oh, it's just, it's a hairstyle. It's just his hairstyle. The other one, and yeah, these were ideas I was going to do for, later years that didn't end up happening. Or the ideas that ended up happening were the ideas that kind of came last minute. But the second one came about a year following, and that was the big one that kind of, stood our ground for whether or not we were going to continue. That controversy was over actually a joke, and it was a joke we did in one of the strips, and I'm trying to remember it. I think we showed the strip in this episode, but it was one where Devil's laughing at the Washington Monument. They're in DC, He's laughing at the Washington Monument, and Damien's asking what's so funny, and he kind of just whispers it to him, and you're not. And the joke is supposed to be that, oh, it's a perverted joke, but it's funnier in the fact that Damien is telling Devil to grow up. But, in taking context, it was a Simpsons joke too. But what made it funny was that idea that Damien told Devil to grow up. But I presented it to Pete, and Pete, came back to me and told me, he was like, I did not like that comic. I didn't like it at all. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And so it kind of changed my perception on how they viewed the comic strip. And from that point forward, I kind of got a little more gutsy as when we came back, because that was the last. Because when we came back was the last run of the strip. The last run, fall 13 to spring of 14. So it was just, I decided by that point, screw it, I'm going to do what I want. And we ended up having Damien and Vanessa break up. We had Damien get a heart attack. We had Devil falling in love with a foreign exchange student. We just decided to do whatever the hell we wanted by that point, because really, who gave a shit? They weren't reading it. Yeah, the episode already ended, so I'm just showing the title card for the commentary. But yeah, that was about, I think that was the last controversy we had, and I guess I could say there's a funny conclusion to all this, which is, I think it was 2 years ago, I filmed a pageant, local pageant, and I ran into the head publisher for the paper, and the guy who runs Press Guild Publishing. And I talked to him and I said, hello, my name's Anthony Rasmussen. I ran Damien as Devil. I was the creator of the comic. And, I said, you've had to read all the comics. What were your thoughts on it? And he said, I thought they were pretty good. And he's like, he's like a little rough, but, pretty good. He's like, you have kind of a talent for that. And, that's always nice when you get a compliment from them. But it also at the same time just kind of makes you think, well, then why the hell did you not run it? But, Mr. Lamb is a really nice man, and I'm very grateful for him and Pete to kind of give me the opportunity to do the job, because it was because of that I continued onward with TVC Studios, making it what it is now. And yeah, that's about it. I think that's the entire story of this episode. That's the entire story of just how TVC Studios kind of gained its popularity with the comic strip, which is kind of surprising when you think about it, but what are you gonna do? That was kind of life. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this. Like, share, subscribe, and if you're gonna hate, I'm not gonna really care anymore. I just felt commentaries are kind of nice substitutes here and there. So, yeah, I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching.